This is your sign that it's time to start living as your true self. So, if you've realized that you've been living a life where you're just really not showing up and being your true, authentic self, and you're ready to actually finally start showing up and living as your authentic self, then I want you to know that I completely understand what you're going through because I went through it myself. So, in this video, I'm going to share with you my personal story so that you know I truly understand what all of this is like. But I'm also going to introduce the framework that I've created for living an authentic life so it can help you on your own journey to achieve living as your true self. So, for me, in 2018, I found myself at a crossroads where I had to make a decision to either essentially blow up the stable life that I had created for myself so that I could live as my true authentic self, or continue living this life that I knew really just was no longer right or in alignment for me, and where I would probably have to continue denying who I truly was. So, what happened for me at this time is that I ended up realizing I was actually a lesbian while currently married to a man. And once I made that realization, I knew that I couldn't just shove it down and keep living a life where I really couldn't get to be my full true self. So I did make the very hard decision to get divorced and come out so that I could live as my authentic self. And as terrifying as that was, it was also the best decision that I ever made. Now, I'm remarried to my amazing wife, Michelle, and every day I get to just live and show up as my full, authentic, real self. And I can tell you that on the other side of all of the guilt and fear and second guessing, shame, and just worry of what life is going to be like, that life is actually so much better, just better than I ever even really could have imagined. I am happier, I'm more at peace, just more content, more fulfilled, and just truly aligned with who I am. And my relationships are even stronger because of this, because I show up as my true self, and the people in my life know me and love me and for all of me. And so I want you to be able to have this for yourself as well. And now I know that your journey to living authentically may not have anything to do with sexuality, and that's completely okay. I share my story because I just want you to know that I really understand what it's like to be going through this, and that I really understand what it's like to potentially have to make a really big life change and shift so that you can step into living as your true self. And even more importantly, just how powerful and empowering and freeing it is when you do finally step into living as your true self. Through my own personal journey, I discovered that living as your real self comes down to four key pillars, which are release, embrace, act, and live. I call this my real framework, and it has helped me so much in my own life and own journey, and even continues to help me always show up as my authentic self. And it's what I use to help people like you to also work through this journey and process and just create lasting and meaningful change so that you too can show up as your real authentic self. So now that you know what the real framework is, I'm going to dive deeper and break down each of these four pillars in this video here. And if you haven't done so already, you can download a copy of my real framework with the link below this video.